students, welcome to Knowledge Time classes. In this sum, we have to prove that 7 root 5 is irrational. What is our standard method? We will be using contradictory method. So let 7 root 5 be rational. They have told me to prove 7 root 5 is irrational. We assume that let 7 root 5 is rational. If it is a rational number, it can be put in the form a upon b, where a comma b are integers, b not equal to 0, and a comma b are co-prime numbers. Therefore, what do I get? Square root of 5 is a upon 7b. When I transpose 7 on the other side, it goes to the denominator. So now square root of 5 is a upon 7b. My a is an integer, b is an integer, 7 is an integer, so 7b is also an integer. So what do I get? Root 5 becomes integer upon integer. Now what is the number of the form integer upon integer? It is a rational number. So therefore, what happens? Square root of 5 becomes a rational number. But we know square root of 5 is an irrational number. So this contradicts, and hence our assumption was wrong. What was our assumption? That 7 root 5 is a rational number, which is wrong. So 7 root 5 becomes a irrational number, hence proved. Please note down. Let us now look at the sum. Sum number 3, prove that 6 plus root 2 is irrational. Again, the method remains same. We have to prove 6 plus root 2 is irrational. We will say, or we will assume, let 6 plus root 2 be rational number. If it is a rational number, then 6 plus root 2 can be written in the form a upon b, where a comma b are integers, b not equal to 0, and a comma b are co-prime numbers. Now square root of 2 is a upon b, okay, and I transpose 6 on the other side, so it becomes minus 6. So square root of 2 is equal to a upon b minus 6 upon 1 multiplied by b to make the denominator same. So I get root 2 is equal to a minus 6b upon b. A is an integer, b is an integer, so 6b is also an integer. Therefore a minus 6b is an integer and b is an integer. So this number takes the form integer upon integer. So right hand side is an integer. Therefore square root of 2, right hand side is integer upon integer. Therefore right hand side is a rational number. So therefore square root of 2 becomes a rational number. Square root of 2 becomes a rational number. But we know square root of 2 is an irrational number. Okay, so this contradicts our assumption, or this contradicts our statement. And what was our assumption? That 6 plus root 2 is rational. And hence 6 plus root 2 becomes irrational. Okay, please note down this sum. Let us now consider the first sum of exercise 1.4. What is given? You have to show, or you have to find whether 13 upon 3125 will be a terminating or a non-terminating but repeating decimal expansion. So what is the method? This is of the form p upon q. What we will do, this q we will express in terms of the prime factors. So we do prime factorization of 3125, 5, 625, 5 it will be 125, 5 it will be 25, 5, 5, 5 ones are. So it becomes 5 raised to 5. So your q is 5 raised to 5. Okay. So this becomes, can I write q as 2 raised to 0 into 5 raised to 5? Because what is 2 raised to 0? It is 1. So this becomes 1 into 5 raised to 5, which is nothing but 5 raised to 5. So my q can now be written in the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n, where my m and n are whole numbers. So my denominator is of the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n. Hence it will be a terminating decimal expansion. And now next question. It is not asked in this question. In later question it is asked. So I will complete all those three things in this question itself. What they are now, suppose they are asking, after, if you do the decimal expansion, then after how many digits will the decimal expansion stop? Correct? So now what is, out of this 2 and 5, whichever prime number is having a higher power, it will terminate after that many digits. So now here power of 5 is 5. So if I do the decimal expansion, it will terminate after 5 digits. Whichever power is higher, it will terminate after that many digits. Okay. Now in next question they have asked, you find the decimal expansion. So what is the method? It is 13 upon 5 raised to 5. I should have both 2 and 5 in the denominator and the power of both should be same. So can I write 13 as 13 upon 5 raised to 5? I want 2 also with the same power 5. So I will write multiply the denominator by 2 raised to 5. I will have to multiply the numerator also by 2 raised to 5. So what does it become? 13 multiplied by 32 divided by 2 into 5 raised to n. It is a raised to n into b raised to m. If the power is same, the base gets multiplied. So it becomes 2 into 5 raised to n. So this becomes 416 upon 10 raised to 5. What is 416 upon 10 raised to 5? It is 416 divided by, it will be 5 zeros, correct? So this will become 0.00416. This decimal expansion is not asked in this particular question. It is asked in the next question. But I am explaining you here itself. If it is only asked whether it is terminating or it is non-terminating, you have to explain only up till here. Since denominator is of the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n, it is terminating. If it is not of that form, it is non-terminating but recurring. If they ask after how many digits it will terminate, you will write this. If they ask what is the decimal expansion, you will do this also. Understood this? So all three things I have covered in one sum. Please note down. Thank you. Hello students. Let us now look at the second sum. 17 upon 8. So we first have to find whether the decimal expansion of 17 upon 8 will be terminating or it will be non-terminating. So what you have to do? You have to do the prime factorization of the denominator. What is your denominator? It is q. Q is 8. 8 is 2 raised to 3. So q can be written of the form 2 raised to 3 into 5 raised to 0. So it is only 2 raised to 3. So I can write it as 2 raised to 3 into 5 raised to 0. Correct? Because 5 raised to 0 is nothing but 1. So therefore your q is of the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n, where m and n are whole numbers. Other than 2 and 5, there is no number. Hence, it is terminating. So here ends your question's answer. Again, further to this, if it is asked, after how many digits it will terminate? So here, out of 2 and 5, you have only 2 is there. So what is the power of 2? 3. If 2 and 5, both of them are there, then whatever will be the higher power out of them, that will be the number of digits after which it will terminate. So you have 2 raised to 3, so it will terminate after 3 digits. Okay. Now, so therefore q is of the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n, where m and n are whole numbers, so it will terminate after 3 digits. And further, if they ask what will be the decimal expansion, how you will do? It is 17 upon 8 is 17 upon 2 raised to 3. So here you have 2 raised to 3. I need to have 2 and 5 both, and power of both should be same. I don't have 5 over here, so I will multiply by 5 raised to 3. Denominator, numerator also I will have to multiply by 5 raised to 3. So it will become 17 into 125, and this is a raised to m into b raised to m, so it becomes a into b raised to m. So this becomes 2125 upon 10 raised to 3, 2125 upon 1000, answer is 2.125. See, it is terminating, and it is terminating after 3 digits. So this also is correct. It is terminating and it will terminate after 3 digits. That is also correct. Please note down this. Okay, now let us look at the next sum. It is 64 upon 455. What you will do? Your q is 455. You will do the prime factorization of 455. So 5 9s are 45. 5 1. 7 13s are 91. 13 1. So your q is 5 into 7 into 13. So now prime factorization of q is containing 7 and 13 also. Correct? But other than 2 and 5, nothing else is allowed. Hence, it is not of the form 2 raised to m and 5 raised to n. It is having 7 and 13 also. Therefore, it is non-terminating but repeating decimal expansion. Look at the fifth question also. So what I have done, I am compiling all similar type of questions together. Fifth question, 29 upon 343. Your q is 343. Prime factorization of 343 is 7, 49, 7, 7, 7, 1, which is 7 raised to 3. Here prime factorization of q is not of the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n. Hence, it is non-terminating but repeating. If in the prime factorization of q, you have any other number other than 2 and 5, it will be non-terminating but repeating. Okay, please note down this sum. Let us now look at sixth sum. It is 23 upon 2 raised to 3 into 5 raised to 2. So here directly they have given you the prime factorization of q. Q is equal to 2 raised to 3 into 5 raised to 2. So therefore it is of the form 2 raised to m multiplied by 5 raised to n. Because it is of the form 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n, it is a terminating decimal expansion. It will terminate after how many digits? Out of 2 and 5. Who is having higher power? 2 is having. What is that power? 3. So it will terminate after 3 decimals. Now in the next question, not in this question, it is asked that whichever are terminating, you find the decimal expansion also. So for that question, you have to do this. Otherwise, you have to do only up till here. So 23 upon 2 raised to 3 into 5 raised to 2. What I have to make? I have to make the power of 2 and 5 same. What is the power of 2? It is 3. So I have to make 5 also power 3. So therefore, already 2 is there. I will multiply it by 5 raised to 1. Because 5 raised to 2 into 5 raised to 1 will become 5 raised to 3. If I am multiplying the denominator by 5 raised to 1, I will have to multiply by numerator also. So it is 23 into 5 divided by 2 raised to 3 into 5 raised to 3. So this becomes 23 into 5 divided by 2 into 5 raised to 3. 115 divided by 10 raised to 3. Answer will be 0.115. So this is also correct. It is terminating after 3 decimals. Correct. Now look at next question. 6 upon 15. First, wherever possible, you do the cancellations. So 3 2s are, 3 5s are. So it becomes 2 upon 5. Denominator is 5 raised to 1. So your q is of the form 2 raised to 0 into 5 raised to 1. So it is 2 raised to m into 5 raised to n, where m and n are whole numbers. Therefore it is terminating. After how many digits it will terminate? 5 raised to 1. So it will terminate after 1 digit. What will be the decimal expansion? 2 upon 5. I multiply the denominator by 2, numerator also by 2. 4 upon 10. Answer is 0.4. Okay. Please note down this sum.